It all started one rainy afternoon. I was doing whatever the hell I was doing at that point, but a thought pops into my head. I've got this drawing tablet here, and it makes mouse input, right? There's this program that allows you to play Touhou games with a mouse. Would you be able to play with a drawing tablet? No, that's absurd, but there's no way that works. See, it worked. Kinda. The program I used to do this, the first time, was a very dated program called TH Mouse. TH Mouse only worked with a few games, and it didn't work so great without the VSync patch, which I hadn't yet figured out how to use. So when I tried to play that night, Marissa seemed to have looked like this. I also couldn't get Marissa to shoot with either the pen or the tablet itself. I wanted to be able to play with a pen solo, no keyboards here. I went to fix it by getting the drivers for the tablet, install those, and it's in Chinese. I can't read Chinese. One Google Translate later, and I remapped the buttons on the pen to be Shift plus Z and Z respectively. Also, clicking is bomb, thanks to TH Mouse. The inputs would not register, except for bombs. Why? Yo no sé. But I do know how to fix this. And it's not very great, but it works. Here's what you do. You first install this hotkey maker program, open the docs, find the thing that lets you remap keys, remap a different key like 0 to Z, and vice versa for others. It just needs to be a key that you don't use. Then you need to save your notepad as the script that you're almost done. Now you gotta Google Translate your way to the part in the drivers that allows you to map the buttons to the tablet and the pen buttons, and remap the buttons to the ones that you send to Z in the hotkey script. Par ejemplar, yo pongo 0 to Z, and shift to the other button. So I could use focus mode easily. Don't do that. It really hurts your fingers after a while of scrunching. What you should do is what I ended up doing, which is setting Shift, C, D, and all other buttons used in Touhou usually as the buttons on the tablet. Not all buttons need to be remapped though. For some reason, things like Shift and Control are accepted by the game regardless if they're remapped to a different key or not. Yo sé que es complicated and makes no sense whatsoever, but it works. Now that everything was read properly by the game, it was time to fix the movement issues present earlier. I found a much newer fork of TH Mouse called TH Mouse X, which was compatible with every Touhou game and could even be used with some fan games, and Lenin. I didn't test Lenin or any fan games, but TH Mouse worked much better and fixed most issues too, but the gyrating was still present in some of the earlier games in the series. That specifically was a major problem that made the game's affected virtually unplayable, so I looked into it and got the VSync patch working. It didn't directly work with TH Crap for me, but I did get it to work, so the games are playable, just in Japanese. But sometimes it will look whoever I'm playing as is moving uncontrollably, and she is, but she doesn't move very far. The movement is very minuscule. It's usually up by like 1 pixel or whatever. So it looks weird, yes, but the only explanation I can really think of for this is me. I usually can't really be still enough to make my character still. I can do it, but it takes a little bit of effort and it makes me consciously think about it. I have to get really, really still. This playstyle definitely takes some getting used to, and I don't recommend doing this to new players at all because of how imprecise and jarring this could be. Character speed is something that gets completely turned on its head here. As with the drawing tablet, you can directly control how far you move in one movement without being flung into oncoming bullets. What I'm saying here is that if I'm playing as a really fast character, say Marissa for instance, I can move just as slow as, say, Reimu. Now, you need to have the cursor on your character almost directly to control her speed like that, but it's very effective to do this. Now here's the problem. You have to do this, because if you move your cursor ahead of your character, she's going to move differently from how you moved your cursor, and will go to the cursor in the fastest way possible, and you can't really guide your character that way because of this. So the strat here is to keep your cursor close to your character, so she moves exactly how you want her to, and how fast. Faster characters will move to your cursor faster, yes, but can move slower based on how far you put your cursor away. It looks simpler than it sounds, but you'd get it if you saw rather than heard, but we'll get to that. I love this playstyle. It gives me a lot more control on where my character is going and allows me to essentially see my hitbox all the time because of how I move the cursor. Also, because of how the cursor is set up. There's a little dot in the middle that's almost the same size as Reimu's hitbox. It's a bit smaller, but at least it gives me an idea of where my hitbox is. This is also cool because it, for some reason, makes me a much better player. I went from barely being able to beat hard mode on a controller to taking out lunatic mode on my third try on Touhou 7, with the new drawing tablet. This playstyle also gave me a new way to play Touhou, shaking things up and making things a little more fun than they already were. Now, it did take a little while to get the hang of things, so it wasn't an immediate skill increase. But when I figured out the drawing tablet playstyle, I was able to clear Lunatic mode. I also beat Flandre and Ron, too. Could have tried to beat Moko, but I didn't really try that one too much. I also don't have much knowledge of that one. And I almost beat it on controller, though, so I guess that counts. Ahora, I think it's time I showed you how this is in action. Let's do a Lunatic mode run in Touhou 7 with a drawing tablet and hand cam so you can see what's going on. Good at all. Yeah, we're still keeping this. We're keeping this recording. I only lost like a minute in. Although, I would say I should not have died to that. Because I was playing it the exact same I did last time, and it did not end that way. It ended with astounding victory in my corner. Collect the power. Most importantly, don't die. Don't lose your run to nothing, essentially. There we go. Add some more to my cherry. That's why I waited that one out. Cherry plus, you know, the border stuff. Oh, that was a very risky dodge there. And Cerna was done for. I know what happened last run. I didn't have full power when reaching the end of Letty. I didn't quite have enough power to take her out, so I guess 97 is a lot better than 80. Considerably better, because that's, I'm dealing considerably more damage, so there's that. Let's get the border during a spell card, so I have more time with the border up during it. Yeah, I don't know why these bullets are acting really, really weird. The dark blue ones. They're, sort of going in places that I wouldn't normally expect them to be. They're kind of jet-setting directly at me, which is sort of weird because they usually go in places that I wouldn't normally go. And I was instinct dodging there, so. This one is probably random. I think. I think this spell card's random, but I do find this one a little more interesting than normal, and even, I think this one is actually different than hard modes. And I remember hard mode being actually more difficult than this one. It's because the lasers that are spawning all the bullets are actually sort of come flying right at you, and they actually really hurt when they inevitably hit you, so. But in Lunatic mode, there's only one coming at you, and it's sort of not really directly trying to hit you. It's sort of going beside you. I almost died to that. That was really close. Oh, okay. I forget that everything is aimed, because this is Lunatic mode, and everything is aimed. I guess that's one thing that I don't like about Lunatic mode, is that everything is essentially extra stage level, if not worse. So everything is essentially aimed. And therefore, sort of requires you to play a lot safer than you normally would in some cases. And by some cases, a lot of cases. Unless you're a score runner, then your skill level is above that of Chen, I guess. Or better than me, how about that? And you can go for all kinds of points and point items and all that stuff. So you can get more lives, so you can use more bombs, so you can freeze more bullets, so you can get more cherries, so you can get more borders, so that you can get more points. Hey look, I beat Chen. And I've got 5 lives. Bombs. Almost cursed.
I wasn't really happy that I missed. Hey, I was just right on the edge of the point border, and I was like, give me my points. If that guy shot right as I killed him, I would have been really, really sad. Because I know some enemies do that in this game. I do believe they're really important in Stage 4. I forget where it's at. Yeah, right here. At the end, you want to stick to the very right or left because of that. So you don't have to go through all the yellow bullets. You can sort of just stick on the outside of it. It doesn't give you all the cards for clearing them, though, so you don't get as much cherry that way, but I mean, at least it saves you lives, right? Or a bomb, even if you're bombing through it. It's better to be safe than sorry is really I'm really trying to say here. You definitely want to play safe in Lunatic mode. Lunatic mode is tough. Let's just say that. Let's just say that Lunatic mode is tough, and you want to play safe. Safe as you possibly can, so you don't die. So you conserve lives, so that when you get to Yuyuko, you can afford to die as much as you can, as much as you need to take her out. Now, if I catch any of y'all die into her last spell card, where she comes back to life for 66 seconds, and tries to kill you, I won't forgive you, because that spell card is really easy, and no one should ever die to it. It's easy. And I believe I cleared it with 0 lives left, spell card bonus and all, on my 1cc for Lunatic mode. I could probably do it again, let's be honest. Some might say it's actually tougher than this spell card right here, but I beg to differ. It's the easy spell card in the game. Same thing with Swallowtail Butterfly. The other infamous, incredibly difficult spell card that Yuyuko has to offer. That one's easy too. And I'll show you why when we get there. Because I've got a strat for it that works like 100% of the time, and you'll never die using it. And if I catch you dying to it, and not using that strategy, I'm going to be very disappointed. I did not get a border here, which is sort of very unfortunate. I would have liked one, because there's a lot of enemies here, and they all drop point cards and cherry items. So you really want to collect as much as possible, and the border would have allowed me to get the life from the point cards a little bit quicker. So instead of getting 2 lives after Alice, I would have gotten 1 before Alice, and then 1 afterward, and then probably a second one from the enemies coming at you. That's a fantastically timed border, because the spell card can get iffy. Killer, fantastic. The extra life is good. Extra lives, should have said. Let's bomb. We'll get all the point cards that we want. We want to collect these, like, desperately, so we're gonna bomb. It didn't net us the 200 point card life, which is kind of what I was gunning for there, but I didn't quite get it, but that's okay. Because we're gonna get it during Alice. She's going to give us the life, because she's a sweetheart. She's a dear, she's a sweetheart. She's a doll. That's not funny. Oh, I panicked. Sorry about that. I can clear this spell card. I just didn't really feel like doing it. How about that? I have bombs. That non is actually broken. I don't know if it's a non or a spell. I can't quite tell. I'm not gonna say it. You know what I'm gonna say. Because that rhymed. I'm a poet. I'm not gonna say the rest, because that's annoying. Ooh, got the border. Whoops. I took a hit. Not quite what I'm... Not really quite... Not quite good. That's okay. It's not like I actually died or anything, so... Man, she has a big health bar on those nuns. Always felt like cards had too much health in this game. Cards is an abbreviation of spell cards in that case. Nice, clear. That one's tough. This one's tough too. But you gotta remember that half of these bullets here are completely aimed. Notice those yellow ones? They're aimed. The yellow arrowheads. You know, I say that and over 80% of the bullets here are arrowheads. But I believe everything is based on where you're actually currently at. Gotta be careful of them big bullets, man. They will catch you off guard and kill you because of their obscenely large hitboxes, kinda. I don't know if you can really call it large. This is considerably better than my previous run, where I got here at like 2 lives, or probably none. Yeah, I think it was none. There's one more. Yeah. Oh, no, never mind, there's 2. Oh, I looked at my Cherry Plus right as I collected that. And it was too late. I had already moved my hand upward to collect the cards. I'll let that guy go. I don't really need his probably cherry card, let's be honest. I'm not using a bomb on that. In that case, it would be a complete waste. Okay. That fairy did not want to perish. Guess you could say he was an imperishable fairy. Get it? Because... Oh, death bomb! Those are incredibly rare. That's because I'm not very good at them. I usually don't foresee my death. And I try my best not to use bombs ever, so... I'm playing really, really risky here. Do not play like this in your runs. I'm trying to go for all the point cards and stuff, and that's not particularly what you want to do most of the time. You don't always want to go for them, because they are sometimes near impossible to get, like... I guess there, that could have been... I mean, I could have still gone close up to the top. Lily White will appear here soon. Here she is. There's Lily White. She's going to give me a bomb, which will be very nice of her. That will be a very, very nice, very warmly welcomed gift that she will bestow upon me this day. Oh yeah. Careful, don't die to that. Don't die to those either. Or those. Or those. But do collect your point cards, though. At some point. Huh, good timing. I was going to pop the border myself, if the game did not do it for me, by murdering me. Did fantastic border. Because that's right, when these guys appear. And I specifically want to cancel some of their bullets. And not have to worry about collecting all of their point cards, which they give a lot of. Unfortunately, it's a bit hard to collect all of these guys' cards, because they shoot a lot of dense bullets. And that is in fact the first death of the run. Streamer is getting lucky and is very happy at the potential of the run. Ah, crap. I shouldn't have made that joke. I should have been paying attention to the bullets, rather than making dumb jokes. Balatro jokes. I may or may not kill this fairy. Be nice if I did. Yes! That's a bomb. Okay. 6-5. Not bad. 620 out of 800. I might as well collect the bonus. That's the first border bonus I've gotten, I believe. I believe I've cracked every other one, except for this. Unless I didn't. Gotta be careful. Those spirits could kill you. Ah, dude. I always mess up on this one. See, she just shoots a lot there. That's a bomb coming right from me. On my watch. Ooh. Alright, we're, oh, that was close. Okay, so we're wanna go for, her. I believe her name is Merlin. Girl in the black clothes and the blonde hair. Move very slowly here. Look at that, look at that. Masterful dodging. Fantastic. Supernatural border, fantastic value here. Nice. That's halfway to a border. Fit in between the gaps. This one is really weird. Because everything's aimed at you and stuff can come from behind you and it's very easy to die. Like I had done just there. I think what's nice is that it waits for invincibility to be out for the borders to activate, so that's nice. Isn't it? The bullets would not have been cleared because this is lunatic mode. And in lunatic mode, if you're in a small card, no bullets are cleared when all clear bonus is hit. When all clear is hit. Full power is hit. Whoops. I knew that sounded wrong. It sounded slightly incorrect to me. This is very bad. Don't ever do that. Because they're going to pull out their swords. It still baffles me as to why this is a thing. Oh! It was close. It was close. That was really, really close. This one's tight. I made it. Did it. Nice clear, dude. 4-4. Alright. We should end with like 5-6, probably next stage. We have a very high potential of losing the bombs because Yomo's a very tough fight coming up here. I guess I'm not really talking about how I play with the drawing tablet, but it's just as you see it. Yeah, you want to kill these guys quickly. Because they'll kill you first. With their bullets. That are like whiplash. Whiplash, whiplash. Kill these guys quickly too, especially with your border. I always pop the border regardless of what's going on. I mean, in lunatic mode. Every other mode I wouldn't, because you don't really need it. But here you do. Any amount of cherry you can get is really helpful. Just gonna stand focused, so I can snatch or take out as many enemies as I can. I wanted to collect all of those. I believe this is Yeoman. I actually find it completely worthless to do the special trick. Here's what I do instead. On Lunatic mode, if you stand directly to the left, you can, or just a little bit to the left, you can fit through her bullets easier. As long as you're not straight up and down with her, it's easier to dodge. Careful, this is quick. That one is very fast. You might think upon first glance that it might be better to actually stay up close, but stay farther up the map. That was very tight. Pay very close attention to what's coming at you. This is one of the most unique spell cards in the entire game. One of my favorites that Yomu has in store for you. Oh no, I didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming. I whiffed that. Yomu win this here. Wow, I actually maintained 6 lives at Lunatic mode. That's crazy. This is actually less dense than her mid-boss form. It only gets easier from here. It's okay if you mess up here. Like I did. It's okay if you mess up twice. It's alright. I've got 3 lives. I'm alright. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Don't move into those like that. Not something you should do. Sakia's homing does sort of mess up a little bit here. And you want to stick lower to the screen. Because of how far down Yomu slashes. It's very close to the bottom of the screen. And it can kill you via direct contact. It's actually very not as dense over here. Oh no! A bad whiff. Almost. She's almost done. She's done for. This non isn't so kind.
What's this on the TV, you guys?
Crap. We're gonna spell card it. Bomb it at it. Oh, nice. Good border, good border. This one is the weirdest spell card in the game. Welcome to the weirdest spell card in the game, folks. Yeah, she makes a slash, which can hit you, by the way. And then grabs a whole bunch of bullets, and then flings them back at you. It only aims at one spot, I believe. Unless the entire thing is aimed. I'm not totally sure. And Yomu slashes. This spell card has deceptively low health. Well, I guess it's false. Makes it look like it has low health, but it has a lot of health, actually. And it takes forever to clear. It's probably considerably faster with any of the other characters, honestly. She doesn't really shoot those very fast, so it's pretty easy just to... This one's... Oh, almost. Almost just took a bit of a hit there. Oh, very close. Oh, I thought I could fit. I could not. She will perish here. Goodbye, Yomu. In 3, 2. Bomb should be safe. I thought I'd die right there. Alright, here we go. A lot of people call this RNG hell. Didn't mean to do that. But you may want to bomb through this, so you can get your border. And your points. bullets there are. Sucks, my border got cancelled. Yomu does give you a bomb here. So you'll want to take her out accordingly. This one does not slow down bullets with the, This is actually less dense than normal mode, by the way. It's slightly faster. It does get more dense throughout the spell card, though. Here we are, 1-2. And 182 to next life. I like that portrait of Sakuya. And Yukiko's is pretty good, too. Careful, don't get clipped by that one. It's very easy to die to that. Yukiko does her thing. These get transported into cherry items during this fight. In this fight only. You want to take this one direction at a time, but I sort of screwed that up. I should have taken when they were still wavy and didn't go to the very left or very right, respectively. I did it right the second time. Supernatural border. Fantastic. There we go. This one you've got to be careful about because the homing bullets will do you in because of how many there are when they come bunched up like that. I could have bombed that. Should have known since my path was blocked. I should have seen it, but I didn't. Not so good. This one can also be very random. So take caution when going through this one. Usually staying right here or in the middle nets you victory. Swallowtail butterfly. This one's very simple. You go like this, go at the bottom, then you head toward the top. You go like that. You just keep going in like a little circle. Can you see? See how easy that was? It was very easy. Should be absolutely no problem. I don't know why people think that one's hard. Even on lunatic mode. It's just super easy. You'd think lunatic mode would make it difficult. It's not. Here's one of our last ones. This one's incredibly difficult too. Wouldn't blame you if you died to it. Hey, I actually got it. Two more spell cards left. Wish I had a life to spare, but I do not. I don't really know what to say about this one. I died. That's okay, I wasn't really expecting a perfect. Or a win, I guess. I don't really like this spell card very much, so we're just going to chain bomb through it. See how much health this has? Most spell cards would die in 1 to 2 of those. Or just one. It's usually one. I could have bombed at the end there, yeah, when I died. That's okay. Going to sit back in my chair just a little bit, so you can more easily see my hand. While okay. Was gonna say while I clear this, but yeah, I died twice. That's not what was supposed to happen. I was trying to clear it like how I do the normal mode version, where you want to rush toward the top. But this one's actually very dense in Lunatic, so you don't want to let yourself get taken down there. Okay, it stopped accepting input for a second. Go down here. This one's very easy. Don't mess it up like I did. And that's the win. I could have very easily 1cc'd that. If I didn't die so much to Yomu. And that's it. And that is the game cleared. With a drawing tablet. Pretty easy, yeah?